gravity-based stroke we've been using up to this point is what many people would call a legato stroke. Not in the sense that it is truly smooth and connected, but that it's the closest thing we can get on this instrument. By increasing our stroke speed slightly, we're going to move towards what's called a marcato or marked stroke, which means that it's more clearly stated. It has a little bit more snap on the front of its sound. This will be exactly the motion we use for full strokes in stick control, where we can feel a little pressure in our fingers. It's also the stroke type you would use for marching band full strokes. We wait to do this until after we've done pom 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 and figured out the gravity stroke thing, because it is so similar to what we've done before, and the absolute last thing we want to do is mistake the timpani for a snare drum. That would produce, over time, really bad splatty tone. We want to make sure that we give timpani its own space and its own tone concept. Try a few notes on each hand by itself. And then try to do some pom pom pom. What you maybe could hear there at the beginning, the first couple times I tried, until I could get used to the feeling of the mallet again and really listen, was that it is a lot more difficult to get the marcato stroke to do pom 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 correctly. In my opinion, this is actually the most difficult stroke, because if you push just a little less or just a little more, you're going to get widely varying tone issues, which is why so many students who are accustomed to playing full strokes in this manner have extremely inconsistent and bad tone on timpani. They're trying to default to something which is inherently very challenging to work with here. What I suggest before we get too deep into pom 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 then is that we do a more flowing exercise, changing up the stickings and noticing how we can try to achieve the same tone even though we're changing things up a little bit. And this will be very similar to what we were doing in stick control. So I'm going to start playing consistent eighths with just my right hand. Alternate starting on the left hand. Then I'll go to my left hand. And then I'll start alternating on my right hand. Right hand. Alternate on the left, left hand, alternate on the right. So you can hear in that I'm actively trying to make adjustments, and when my hands change, there's often a little too much energy and I have to pull it back. This is something you're going to have to work on with every single pair of mallets, and you're going to want to try it on different drums at different tensions if you want to actually get really good at it. Pick a single height for this at first and try to just play consistently. Once you've kind of got it going, you're going to want to push your tempo forward about 10 to 15%, bring it back about 10 to 15% to challenge yourself to get that spacing over a different amount of time. And then of course you're also going to want to do your dynamics up and down a little bit too, like this. Etc. Once you've done that a little bit, go back to pom 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 and notice how much more sensitivity and control you have in the hands. It just takes a couple of minutes of work. Finally, you can switch back and forth between the legato and marcato versions of this exercise, getting used to what it feels like to drop and then to push a little bit. At that point, you're really going to start to notice what a nuanced and special instrument this is.